place I see in my dream.
Hey, y'all. Welcome back to another episode of C&C Explain It All. I'm your girl, C1.
And I'm C2.
Yes, and today we're so excited because not only is this topic a very fun topic for us, but we have a very special guest joining us, one of our very close friends, Mariah. Mariah, how you doing, girl?
I'm feeling good. I'm glad to be here with you guys.
Yes, welcome to C&C Explain It All group chat, girl.
Thank you. I
Woo.
feel so special. Like, thank you for
Yeah.
inviting me to the group chat.
Oh, you
Oh,
are our very first guest ever. This is
yes,
historical.
it
Okay,
is.
I'll do my best. I'll do my best. I'll try not to disappoint.
It's great. It's great. Well, if you know people that watch, we always start with our comfits, like how we're feeling in our outfits today. So I'll go ahead and kick it off. Today I'm rocking, it's kind of hard to see, but it's my Hakuna Matata sweatshirt from Lion King, one of the best movies ever. And it's one of the most comfy sweatshirts that I've ever gotten. It's like a crop top, so I don't wear it out, but I wear it in my house. So that's why you get to see it today. What about you, C2?
Awesome. I am wearing my You've Got a Friend in Me, but it looks like Friends. They've got their little umbrella, and it's all the cast from Toy Story. We all know that's all the rage right now as we are preparing for Toy Story 5 to come out in just 2 weeks.
Yes, yes,
Mariah,
yes.
what are you wearing with us today?
Well, I need that shirt for me.
I know
C2.
you
I need that shirt because
friends lovers.
we both love friends. No, I just have on like a comfy Amazon, you guys. I could have worn my Disney Squad shirt from when we just went to Disney World, but I missed the plot, you guys. I missed the plot, but I'm comfy. I am comfy nonetheless. I
Yes.
feel good in my sweater. It's very cozy.
I
Yeah.
just want you to know there's no plot.
Okay.
We're just here to vibe. You're doing great.
I mean,
It's
I
all
am
about
vibing. I'm on a vibe. So cool. I'm
all
there.
about vibes. It's all about vibes. Well, that's awesome. Well, like we said, very first guest. It's a pretty big topic that we love. And that we all have in common, probably from our childhood. So it should be a nice combo for us to delve in today. But
For today, we are on part 2 of our beautiful series of When You Wish Upon a Song. And with that, we are building on what we talked about last time and moving into a time period that the three of us here know and love as millennials in our 1990s and 2000s. And honestly, I think that this is the generation that truly raised me. When I was growing up, I just remember all the songs from all the movies that just gave me all the feels. I had my little stack of VHS tapes, and my mom said I used to alphabetize them, and these are those movies. So, definitely a really good conversation ahead as we talk about each of these a little bit more and what means something special to each of us, and just some of those songs that give us the feels even today.
yes, yes,
You
yes, yes. So
alphabetizing your VHSs
yeah,
is totally on
exactly.
brand. So, thanks. Totally on brand.
Absolutely. I have not changed.
You're like baby court is today court.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't remember. I don't think I had that many VHSs. I think I was late in the game of getting the VHSs. So I didn't think I had as many to alphabetize. It was like a 5 movie collection for us before we got really into it. So, but that's inspirational. Way to go, Court. Way to keep it organized.
You know, I try, guys. I try.
Awesome. Well, I would love to like because last time we talked a lot about honestly just like the birthplace of Disney and all the movies that kind of started the Disney era and the Disney trend. And so like today with these topics is going to be very current, right? Like stuff that we probably still talk about a lot today. And I just want to go through like each era. Like each of these eras represents a little bit something different. And I think even just looking at this list on the screen, like you can kind of see where the trends started to change a little bit. So like for instance, the 1990s to 1994, that was considered like Disney Renaissance. So very Broadway style type musicals. A lot of these movies you see as musicals right now, a lot of fairy tale, a lot of fantasy, a lot of like heroic adventures. And then it was very like it started to get a little bit more into the emotional romantic side of Disney because you think about those early Disney movies, it wasn't too much of a focus on that. But these movies, you start to see a little bit more of the romantic plots, right? A lot of those types of storylines. And then you get into like 1995 and 1999, and that's like the expansion of Disney Renaissance. So you've got a lot more historical settings, like we're taking time, like time jumps back into, I mean, you think about Hercules and the Hunchback of Notre Dame and like all those types of movies, they had very historical settings.
Mhm.
The themes were a lot more mature as well. I specifically remember Hunchback of Notre Dame being like, this is interesting. But you don't realize until you get older. And then it was just, again, a lot of identifying, right? Like trying to find your identity, trying to grow personally. I mean, you think about like Mulan, like that's a big one, right? Around that time. So a lot of that kind of expanding what that looks like for Disney Renaissance. And then you get into like the early 2000s. So a lot more experimenting, like science fiction, a lot more, I guess you would say like advanced animation, right? So we're looking into like some of the type of Pixar movies and the combination of those two worlds. A lot more animals, like animal sidekicks or animals who are leading the plot. And then also a lot more like family, right? It's a lot more family-oriented comedies, and a little less musical, which I also didn't really realize until looking at this list that we go into less, it's a lot less songs in a lot of these movies than we think about like the earlier 1990s. So just like a little overview of a little bit of the history of Disney through those time periods.
Yeah, so when we think back and we're talking about our childhood, usually that brings us to a point of talking about schools and neighborhoods and friends and families. But even as we were preparing for this conversation, the three of us, we just got so nostalgic and what that actually meant for us and the memories that some of these movies and just that time frame brought up. So if you're anything like us, you're thinking about how some of these may have helped raise you as well. And as we start getting into those early 2000s, it's clear that something special happened during that time, and Disney Channel originals started coming out and getting big during that period as well. So we've got some fun things planned in that space. But I'm excited because these are the movies that really impacted me as a kid and that we still watch and repeat now. Half of these movies on here were on Freeform 2 weeks ago, and DJ and I binged all day. So lots of good memories to come, lots of good conversation to come. And I'd love to start off by saying, when you think about 90s Disney, what's the first movie that comes to mind, Mariah?
My first movie is definitely Aladdin. That was my
Mhm.
favorite. It's just so just romantic and whimsical and like I can show you the world. And honestly, like Robin Williams, right?
Mhm.
Like, oh my gosh, like
Mhm.
what an amazing genie he was. And so
Yeah.
I think I was such like when I think about the 90s in general, it's like Mrs. Doubtfire. Robin Williams is just like a staple for me. And so
Yeah.
just hearing him as a genie and like all that he could do with his voice to really bring that character to life, like that was just like my ultimate favorite. And honestly, it's the one movie I really cannot watch live action. Like
Mhm.
it just is not the same. Like there's a
Yeah.
couple ones that I like, but
Yeah.
it's just not the same. It's like Robin Williams is like the soul of that movie, in my
Mhm.
opinion. And so, yeah, that's just one of my favorites. And it was just so fun and like magic carpet and like, it really transported you to that world. And so, that's definitely the first one that comes to mind. That was always my favorite growing up.
Yeah, I love that. Also, I know Mariah said earlier that she didn't get the memo about the outfits, but if you just take a look at her setting, she's at a palace. Meanwhile, me and Court are in some bedrooms, I'm sure, on like some random street in some city in Connecticut. But it's fine. It's fine. She's
So
got
this
the
is her
full,
bedroom. I mean, a little more,
yeah. I mean,
luxury, but we have
I
to play to our personalities, you guys. I'm all about
guess
the luxury. So, here it is. Here it
yes,
is.
I do very much give wooden bed. So that makes
And I give Dark Bedroom.
Yep.
yes, yes, it does play pretty well.
Never
Um,
changed. Never changed. Like Courtney's VHSs just never changed.
stay in line, stay in line. Know where you belong. That's right.
Mhm. Fine. We're doing great.
Oh goodness.
I hope we can get through this without like minutes of laughter. Like I'm gonna try my best.
Never. It
I'm
never
really
happened.
behaving so well, you guys. I'm really on my best behavior. No worries.
No.
Teresa's the queen of editing, so it's all good.
Yeah. But look, you know what? What's a few laughs here and there? It's laughs amongst friends. You know what I mean? Like that's what we're here to, we're here to have a good time. We're here to talk about a lot of fun stuff. Like it'll be good. It'll be good. I love that point around like Robin Williams. And I think honestly, when I think about any of the movies from that Disney era, like the early 90s, a lot of those movies, like you can't see them without some of those like key characters, right? Like Tim Allen and Tom Hanks, they have to be Toy Story. Like they have to be Buzz and Woody. Like there's no going away from that. Now, if they did a live action of that, that would be just a horrible decision. But
No, not Toy Story. No, that'll be
I'm
creepy.
hoping that because we're doing like Toy Story 6, 7, 8, they won't go down that path. But like there's just some movies that are just very iconic because of those characters and how engrossed, like how a part of you they were. That like, yeah, it gets hard. Like Lion King
Even
having
like Lion King, was it Jay? Oh no, I'm gonna butcher the name.
Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
No, James Earl Jones.
Oh, Mufasa. Yeah.
Mufasa, yes. Yes, like that staple, right? Like that
Yes.
voice.
That voice. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah. And
voice
then
acting is pretty awesome, actually. Sorry, I don't want to go off, but like you know what I mean when you think about
yeah.
like these are the voices that you hear
Yeah.
about and you just see that person and you just some things just can't be replicated. They just can't.
No, not at all.
They can't.
You can
No.
try, but it's just not the same.
No.
And I
We are
love
the
Will
same way.
Smith, but he cannot be you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like it's just
He didn't give
not,
Genie. He didn't give like pure hearted
you know
Genie.
what I
He got
mean? Like
he got his
it's
best.
the animation of voices.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I I think about, I mean, obviously Toy Story, it's like a big movie for me from that time. I'm gonna try not to talk about Toy Story the whole time, but The Lion King, um, I remember that one being like standing out to me because of the emotion with it. So
Mhm.
like when I remember, well, this is interesting. What year was Bambi? This is weird.
Bambi was in our last
Great.
recording.
That's like early,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Yeah. So like this was like the next introduction of like grief and death, which is like
Mm,
an odd thing to talk about, right? Like in childhood, but I just remember it being like I remember being like just like feeling something heavy in my chest and not really knowing as like that young of a kid, and not really
mm,
being exposed to like loss like that. And so I just remember like it being one of the first outside of Bambi, which happened off screen.
mm,
Lion King, it happened on screen, like you saw it. And that
mm.
was like, holy smokes. And so it always sticks out to me, but then just also just like the blend of the joy and the colors and the songs, like it was just such a nicely balanced movie. Like it introduced you to some themes that maybe at that age like we weren't introduced to quite yet, but it also just brought you back into like the youthfulness of being a kid and wanting to be a king and like dancing on giraffes and all this stuff. It was just like a very fun movie that also taught me a lot, and so it always sticks with me. And then, I mean, I say Hakuna Matata often, probably more than I should, but it was a lot of really good themes that I thought came from The Lion King, and so it always sticks out to me as one of my faves back in the day.
That's
The
probably one
Lion
of my
King.
favorite soundtracks
Mhm.
Mhm.
of all. Like that's probably the one that has so many songs that I really love.
Yeah,
Um, yeah.
yeah. What about you,
Yeah.
Court?
The Lion King, that one really hit home for me. It was scary for kids, though. It was really deep,
This is
and some
dark
of the
stuff.
themes they were just spread throughout. Where if I'm thinking about so many of the Disney movies, mostly the cartoons, they've got these like super heavy moments, and they're always at the beginning of the movie. I feel
Mhm.
like we get to experience a little bit more of the plot with The Lion King before we have the first big emotional trigger. And then there's more. There's more that continues on.
Yeah,
And you can't just like fast forward through it and skip the scary parts and then enjoy the rest of the movie like you can with some of these other ones. But it's honestly, it's an art form. And I think too about the same thing in Beauty and the Beast, as she is this beautiful woman who's like, I've got the world ahead of me, and then her dad is captured in this castle by a beast, and she's like, I'm going to give myself for his freedom. And that's terrifying. That's
Yeah.
terrifying for kids. But along the way, she's like, she protects who she is and she doesn't change for the beast. She helps him change himself. That's honestly, Beauty and the Beast is forever one of my favorites. And it made a really good live action. I love Emma Watson, Harry Potter for life. So that was
It's a gang. We need a gang sign for Harry Potter. Like all the Harry Potter nerds. Not if you only watch the movies. You can only be in the club if you read the books as well.
Exactly.
And it's
I
like
have
actually a
to.
gang. So HP gang.
HP.
HP gang. Harry Potter for life.
Harry Potter for life. I would say for me, like the movie that brings me a lot of emotion as an adult.
Yeah.
What do you guys think I'm gonna say?
Oh gosh.
Is it from the same era or is it from?
Yes, this is like mid 90s.
The most emotion as an adult.
Like as a young, like especially like younger woman.
Like looking back, yeah.
Okay, so Mulan. Like watch that today because I think I didn't appreciate it being younger.
Yeah.
And like now it's like she just has so much grit and she just like it's like the fact that she sacrificed and like, dressed up and like went in as a young boy or or young man, I should say, or older boy, young man in place of her father so that he didn't have to go fight in the war. And then like they were just like, even after like they found her out, she just persevered and like she just was like, no, like, and like that movie for me, I like that's Disney movies just make me cry in general, but like as a grown woman, like that one makes me cry when I watch it because I'm like, wow, she just did not give up. And like when you see like the scenes where like she can't climb up the pole and like she finally makes it and she's like leading the pack, it's just like that one. I think all young girls, like younger women, like should watch that movie, watch it back, because it does hit differently when you were older and you're like, wow.
Beautiful, right? Isn't that Christina Aguilera wasn't beautiful for that movie?
Reflection.
Yeah.
Reflection. Yes, reflection.
Yes. That was like
exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Look, did Christina Aguilera sing that?
Yeah.
Yeah, she did.
See, and the girl, I love her voice. She has the best voice. So she's
got some hitters when it comes to soundtrack songs, Christina Aguilera.
That was a good one. That was a good movie.
Yeah. Mulan it's magical because that was actually one of the movies that was on when we just had Freeform on in the background last weekend. And I was like, I have not watched this probably since the 90s when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And I was just paying attention to it and I'm like, this is crazy because it tells a really deep story for kids. And even when she does amazing things, they're like, you're a woman. We know that now. We're not listening to you. Yeah. And she has to still just bypass that and continue to save her kingdom or whatever it may be. And that is incredible. And they're finally like, you know what? We're going to join you. And that's when all the men are like, we'll dress up like you because you dressed up like us and we're going to go save the day.
That movie is really empowering. It's really empowering. And I think it is a good message for girls. Like girls can do anything, like don't be limited, So like that one was good. And like the songs in there was good. And who was that? Who was the dragon? Was it Chris Rock?
No, it was Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy. Oh, even better. I was thinking about this last night. I was like, was it which one? And obviously, like Eddie Murphy's amazing, amazing voice actor too.
Yeah,
he's also the donkey in Shrek.
That was the funny part because I heard him talking and I was like, sounds like Donkey because he's got the same exact attitude as the dragon.
Yes. It's recycling. It's a new character.
He keeps it pretty consistent when it comes to his voice acting. Mulan is definitely one of the movies that, to be honest, I probably only watched one time, but I have heard about it, seen it, talked about it so much that I feel just as much inspired by it as opposed to like watching it every single time, which is crazy.
Yeah.
But I mean, like what I was kind of saying before, though, like that era of movies was all about like the personal growth, like like a lot of these more like morale boosters and or finding yourself.
Coming of age.
Yeah, coming. Yes,
Yeah.
that's what I'm looking for.
They're
Coming
coming
of
of age
age.
movies.
That's where those movies start to, and the sidekicks, hence the dragons and stuff.
Yeah.
But like one of my favorite movies, and I think this, I know Mariah, you said The Lion King has one of the best soundtracks. Hercules. That soundtrack, I I will put that soundtrack against any Disney soundtrack ever, just purely on the muses. Like
Yes.
amazing, amazing. And if you haven't watched like these random YouTube videos that they have of like the behind the scenes recording that soundtrack, it's even more like but Hercules is one of my favorite, absolute favorite movies. Obviously,
Mhm.
it's all about him like coming into his own as a god or whatever. But I just thought that movie was like, again, another combination of a little dark at times. We've got Hades, but
Very dark.
yeah, very dark in some moments, but then also hilarious. Like I remember that me laughing through the side is more like the sidekick characters. Um,
Danny DeVito, like
yeah, like it was just really good stuff. And then I also remember, so this is when I think a little bit more of the Disney princess started to shift, right? Because you had
mhm.
Mulan, and then you have, I don't know if they consider them princess, like a princess, but Megra, I loved her. I thought she was so like sassy and very like on her own, like I'm not gonna follow anybody else's thing, you know what I mean? Like she was very independent. And I was like, oh, this is like a cool princess. Like I like this, she's not the typical like
Yeah.
it's very much like she will slash your tires like outside if like you do something wrong.
Yeah.
She
Um
could hold her own for sure.
she could hold her own, right?
She had a definite character arc because she was trying to get my boy at first. And
she
so she fell
was,
in love. But that's
she
because she
was.
had been hurt in the past.
Mhm.
Exactly.
She had been hurt.
She
She
had
had
to
been
talk to the
torn.
muses. The
Yeah.
muses got her right. Like they got her
Yeah.
right. She's okay. But I just love that movie. And I always think about, I don't know if you guys remember this scene. I think it's after they sing about him being zero to hero. And then like Hades is like talking about how he's gonna like take over the world or whatever. And his like little demon minions are like wearing the air hercs and they're squeaking. And he's like, what are you wearing? And they're like, they look comfy. And then he turns around and like the other demon is like sucking on like a cup that has Hercules' face on it. Oh gosh, it is hilarious. Like the comedic
Yes.
timing of that kind of stuff just
Yeah.
cracks me up. I think about that scene often. But it's just such a good movie. Again, more mature, more mature
Yeah.
themes, but also like kind of growing up with us, right? Like
Yeah.
as we're getting at that age, we're kind of understanding stuff a little bit more. And a lot
I'm
of
gonna say
romance. Hmm.
you guys probably don't agree with this, but I would actually like to see Hercules in a live action. Don't shoot me. Don't shoot me.
As
I
long as it's
honestly
not
don't
Chris
hate it.
Pratt.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, fair.
You said what?
as long as it's not Chris Pratt, which is the rumor is that he's going to be the live action.
Oh, so it is. Like that's the thing. I gotta know.
There's rumors. There's been a lot
Right.
of rumors about them
Everything's
trying to
live
do it.
action.
Yeah.
I know, but I wouldn't mind it. I feel
I
like it would
wouldn't
be
either.
good.
Honestly, so in like the early 2000s, when there was consistently groups and like current Disney singers and actors that were remaking music from some of these more classic movies, the Cheetah
Mhm.
Girls recording I Won't Say I'm in Love is what made me go back to loving Hercules.
Ooh.
So if we can just continue to make it make sense, I'm down for a live action.
I didn't know they sang that song.
Yeah. They
Oh,
did an amazing recording of it. You will have to listen to it
I have
because
to
it's
really listen to it.
definitely on my liked songs playlist on Spotify. So
yeah, I didn't know that. I mean, I know in the most recent years they've been doing a lot of those re-recordings with like a lot of
mhm.
Disney movies. I did not know Cheetah Girls did that. Okay.
I'm gonna have to go back and listen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so, so good.
Yeah.
So we're like deep in our emotions right now. While we're there, let's talk about how now as an adult looking back at some of these movies, what's a movie that stands out to you that you're like, I definitely see this differently than I did when I was 5?
Uh, The Hunchback of Notre Dame comes to my
Okay.
brain because again, like that one was like dark, right? Like
Hmm.
she's like a gypsy which I didn't know what a gypsy was. I was like, a gypsy? Is that like a fun name? No,
Mhm.
it's not actually. But like she was like a gypsy, and then there was like the gallows. Is that where they like hang people? Or like
I
they
can't
try
remember that movie at all. Like I've
they
probably
like
only saw it once.
oh
Yeah,
my
I'm
gosh.
pretty
It's
sure that you're correct.
yeah, it was like some very I think it was like medieval though. I think it was meant to be like a medieval
Mm,
type era.
yeah.
Um, but even as a kid, I was like, this is different than the normal movies I watch. But looking back as an adult, I went back and watched it. And I was like, oh my gosh, like there's some pretty heavy themes,
Mm,
especially when it comes to like the church, and it comes to like harassment, and like there was just a lot of like crazy stuff going on in that movie, and I'm like, huh. I'm like, is that one of those movies that like Disney did to slip in and like see if no one noticed? Because it's not widely
mm.
talked about,
Hmm.
but it's one of those movies that stick with me. And also Esmeralda, again, she was like one of those like off the beaten path princess, right? Because she was a gypsy, and
Yep.
you know what gypsies mean. And so like it was another one of those. It's like, oh, she's not like the other movies that I've been watching.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, that one, not in like a great way, it stands out to me. Like it stands out to me in like
Hmm.
I can't believe I was like introduced to it as a kid. And I don't know if, honestly, no, shade to my parents, but I don't know if they knew exactly what I was
Mm.
watching either, because they didn't necessarily watch it with me. It's a
Yeah.
Disney movie, right? Like you're like, my kid should be fine.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's one that definitely sticks out to me for sure.
How about you, Mariah?
I'm gonna watch The Hunchback of Notre Dame tonight because I really, I that's one I probably saw once that I probably would have a different appreciation for. I
Yeah.
think like Mulan, like that's the one going back and watching it, like that one.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Nothing, I watch Disney movies a lot, like the ones I like. So I
Yeah.
guess I can't think about. It's hard to think about what my mindset was as a kid. I know you said like we kind of talked about Beauty and the Beast, but I think I kind of got it. Yeah, I don't know. What about you, Courtney? Because I don't not one no none comes to mind other than Mulan.
I think a lot about The Little Mermaid, which I know is like on the edge for this group of this time period.
Yeah.
But I talked about Beauty and the Beast being where Belle protected herself. Like she continued to be who she was throughout the entirety of that movie and helping somebody else change for the good and see the beauty inside themselves. But Ariel was like, I want to change literally everything about me so I can go live in this land that I don't understand. And that's going to be what we celebrate at the end of the movie is that I made it.
Yeah.
And I don't agree with that as an adult
Yeah.
now. I don't like the message that it shared. And
Mm.
looking back, I loved it. I was such a Disney kid. Every single year we got our Halloween costumes from the Disney store, RIP. And I was Ariel one year. I was Jasmine one year. I was Pocahontas one year. I was Cinderella. I was all of them. And I'm just like, I don't really see it with Ariel anymore. It makes me kind of
Mm.
sad because there's so much in that movie that's just like change everything about yourself to go fit in where you think
Hmm.
that you should be. And that's in what she does. And then she ends up there's the sequel to the movie that nobody actually cares about and nobody watches where she has a daughter and she lives on land. And it's just, I don't know. I don't like it. It doesn't make my heart happy. Whereas
Yeah.
with Belle, she's like, this is me, and one day we're gonna break free from this spell together and we're gonna live happily ever after.
Hmm.
Makes me sad.
Yeah. Now that you say that, you're so on point. Like that's kind
Yeah.
of cringe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that was not the Little Mermaid was not one that I like really gravitated toward a lot when I was younger. Like I think just the live action one with Halle, like her voice is so beautiful. It's
It's
like
gorgeous.
when I went to go see it, I took my three goddaughters, and so like the music is
Mhm.
everything. But to your point, yeah, like it's just kind of cringe. And then I actually watching the remake, now that you say this, I'm like, it's so sad that she left her dad and her sisters. I mean, I know people do that, like people
Yeah.
move to other
Yeah.
cities, and but I'm like, dang, like now you got legs and you're just walking out of our lives. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's just like that part, I literally thought of that like when I just watched it maybe like a month or so ago. I'm like, this is sad.
Yeah.
Yes. Well,
Yeah,
it's like the same thing if we portray it to real life, where it's like, oh, you got this really big job, you make a lot of money, you're gonna leave everything behind. Okay, cool. That's how life goes.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's, I mean, again, going back to like the princess theme, right? Like the idea of a princess was, you know, well, that's what everybody, like when little girls are looking up and they're like,
Mhm.
what do I want to be when I grow up? It's always a Disney princess. And it's
Mhm.
like, it's always the surface of a Disney princess, not these stories that they were telling in these Disney
Yeah.
movies of everything that you give up to be this Disney
Yeah.
princess and then not even necessarily be 100% happy or you or whatever it may be. Um, and I don't want to sit on my soapbox because I know the next era talks, there's a lot of change in Disney in the next era that we talk about. But even in that space, like thinking about Ariel and not necessarily connecting to her, what which one of the princesses did you guys connect to the most? Or even Prince, or even just characters in general, like before we get out of like the Disney Renaissance era.
Dang, I'm just thinking like Ariel wanted a man real bad. Like, I mean, she wanted a man real bad. Okay.
She did.
Uh, yeah, sorry. Which princess did I resonate with? Um, Jasmine.
Yeah.
I love Jasmine because, growing up, especially like early 90s, I was born in 1990. Nobody do math. Um, but yeah, like Jasmine, she was the only, like, outside of Pocahontas, she was the only brown princess,
Hmm.
and so at that time we didn't have, little black girls, we didn't have princesses that looked like us. And
Hmm.
so with her, like, she was beautiful, and she was ethnic, and she had her long flowy hair, and she would just, whip her braid around when she was like fussing at Aladdin. Yeah, so she's like, I'm not a prize to be won. Like, absolutely not. Okay. Like, as we talk,
Yeah.
Ariel and Jasmine are two totally different type of princesses. Like, she's like, I'm not a prize to be won by
Mhm.
Yeah.
you men. Like, actually, I don't even want a man. I could just live in my
Yeah.
dad's house forever.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even. Where Ariel wanted a man real bad, Jasmine was like, I can live here forever and
It's
just
like,
like
I'm fine. Like,
chill. And then she ended up finding Aladdin, who was just a regular guy after he got
mhm.
himself together, who wasn't
Yeah.
pretentious. And he was like, but she also was smart. She's like, I see through this. Like, what's going on here?
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
it's funny how, like, she's like, what did she say? She was like, oh, I wish, what was the monkey's name? Abu.
Abu. Yeah.
Abu.
Yeah, she's like, I wish Abu was here to see this. And he's like, oh, yeah. And it's like, oh, duh. Like, yeah, she was super cute. I loved her. And I wore her pajama, like, her outfit was like pajamas. I had the
Oh
pajama
yeah. Yeah.
version. She
Yeah.
was so cute. I loved her.
Oh, I love
No,
Jasmine.
she's amazing.
Jasmine is pretty amazing. And she had a magic carpet. Like it was great.
Yes.
The whole
I
lights
think
up.
that I'm going to continue to talk about Belle. Belle's like my girl. I don't know. Her opening number is her walking around talking about books. So
Very, again, we go right back and like that connects.
I
That
am
connects.
I am one theme and one theme only, and I never stray from it. But I think about like with her, she just again continues to protect who she is. She is
Mhm.
so patient, she's so kind, she's empathetic, and she's vulnerable. And she sees so quickly that this beast can actually be somebody who is beautiful, even though she has no idea that he is a human. She treats
Mhm.
him like he's a human, and she takes him along for this journey to help him figure out his anger and who he is and show him that soft things in life are valuable. And I mean, she has access to one of the biggest libraries I've ever seen in any Disney movie. So she is my girl. I think so much about her, and she became my personality so quickly when I was a kid. And I was 100% at the live action movie in theaters when it came out. So that was one of my girls. Belle is my princess.
But
Belly
shout
button?
out to her because she also is a princess who sacrificed herself for her dad. You know what I
She
mean?
did.
Like, they're princesses, but she's an example, like you said, of a princess that wasn't waiting for someone to save her. She actually gave up,
Hmm.
her freedom in place of her father for him to be let go, when he was there, like, jailed with the beast. So, like,
Yeah.
yeah, like, who wouldn't love Belle?
Well, and she always also just really believed in her dad. He was the
Yeah.
town kook, right? Like
Yeah.
nobody really believed in anything that he
Yes.
had going on. And she was like, don't worry, this is going to be the time that your invention just kicks off and it's going to be great and it's going to bring you happiness and the money that you're looking for and just keep persevering. She just believed in everybody. And it was funny because now that I'm talking about this, I remember in high school, actually, one of my friends and I, we had talked about if we hadn't had prom dates by the time that came around, that we were going to dress up as Belle and the Beast in like the colors that we chose. And
Yeah.
that's just such a fun little memory to think back on. It didn't happen. We had dates, but still, it was a cool memory to think about.
Good for you guys.
Yeah.
Good. Glad
You guys want to hear a funny story real quick?
Yeah,
So
always.
I was really pressed to go, like I always am, because I'm like, I want to go see this movie. Nobody else wants to go see it. And so like there was Sharice knows, like at a time, there was a time in my life where I did not miss $5 movies on a Tuesday. And so I saw Beauty and the Beast by myself in theaters. And like, it's like interesting going to the movies alone because people think that you need a friend. And so this guy just kept like turning to me, like talking to me. And I'm like, what are you even doing here? Like he's like, yeah, like, oh, that was funny, right? That was good. And I'm like, hey, sir, where's your friend? Your buddy's right here. Talk to your bud. Talk to your like, and he wasn't flirting. Like he just wanted to be like. I think he was like, oh, she needs a friend. She's here at the movies alone. So if anybody's watching this, if you see, or for the people who are watching this, when you see people at the movies alone, they don't need a friend. They're just going to eat their popcorn and enjoy their $5 movie day. That's all.
That might be the purpose.
Yeah. So just a little side note, just a little detour, you guys.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, I mean it's very on theme. Actually, I went to go see a movie last night by myself, and it was great. I had a great time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
The movie was interesting, but save that for another conversation. But funny enough. So guys, I really identified with Bo Peep from Toy Story. I just appreciated her support of Woody. She led a herd of sheep. I think that's pretty, like she's a leader. She's a leader. And I actually, that's when I was like, I want to be a leader when I grow up. She has her little staffy thing. Now, granted, there was some shifty stuff she did in the later movies, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about prime Bo Peep, original Toy Story. She was there through thick and thin. She held everybody down. She was the glue. She kept everybody calm. She was like, look, just because this toy got ran over, or this toy fell out the window, or this toy got ate up by a dog, like we're going to be okay. We're going to be okay. And I just always feel like, also with me being an Aquarius, I'm just I like to keep things calm. I like to be the glue. I like to help people get through some things. You know what I mean? Like, let's get through this together. So like, Bo Peep is my girl. She doesn't get acknowledged a lot. We don't talk about Disney princess when it comes to Toy Story, but she's a real queen. She's a real queen.
I mean, shout out to Bo Peep. She didn't have enough screen time. I think that's part of the issue.
She did not. They didn't give her enough time at all in any of
limited screen time.
None. I mean, none. They were like, they paid her dirt, and that's messed up. It's all right. She got her licks. That's why she became the Bo Peep in the later movies, because she was probably feeling some kind of way. But
okay, now I gotta watch the other movie. I don't know. I gotta watch the other ones and see.
I feel like I need to watch them all before the new one comes out. Isn't that what before the new movies come out? We watch all of them.
Yeah.
Yes. I so wish that Jackson will like get information with the Disney movies, because like I just turn them on and I'm like. And he does not care. He's like, girl, I'm playing with my little Tykes toys. So yeah, I mean, one day, like, and then I'm like, people will call me like, what you doing? I'm like, watching a movie with Jax. Oh, he's watching it. This is for me. This is actually for me.
You're like, watching movie, Jax is here.
Yeah, he's here. I really would love. I've turned on Toy Story so many times because I'm like, you'll love this.
Yeah.
And then he's just, and my friends are like, we're going to go see Toy Story 5. Bring them. I'm like, no, I'll keep them at home. I'll come. You'll see me. You won't see me.
Oh, gosh.
The claw. They'll get there one day, and then you'll be watching the same movie over and over again. But you don't have the excuse that we used to be able to use back in the days where it's like, oh, if you watch it too many times, you're going to break it.
Right. Nope.
Yeah.
It's going to always be on stream.
Yeah.
You want to get your tape all messed up and confused and like bent up. That was the worst, man.
Courtney probably reset hers every time so she can relate. She probably like before she alphabetized.
That's probably fair.
She probably like
Rewind it completely.
yes.
Rewind. Be kind.
Oh,
He's
Kind. Isn't
behind
that what they
rewind.
used to say?
yeah, be kind,
Behind
rewind.
the
Yeah, good old
rewind.
Blockbuster. Oh no. In my house, like you just put a movie in, you'd be like, why is this like three-quarters of the way in? Like,
Oh, it would be the worst. And then you're like, this is the middle of the plot. What is happening?
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it was Netflix before Netflix, where it's like, are you still watching? Like, would you like to resume playing here? Like
Yes. That's what it
that's what it
was.
was. So yeah,
Uh,
just
well, your explanation of Bo Peep makes me laugh because it's if you know, you know, but the three of us had a wonderful career story together. And I think about, oh, the toys got smashed by a car. It's fine, keep going. I feel like that was our mantra.
Keep going. Keep
It's
it's
going,
fine.
okay.
guys.
They'll catch up. It's
It's
fine.
okay.
Just keep going.
No worries.
Yeah, you know.
So, being on topic here, let's talk about sidekicks. We had just
Oh.
like the best generation of sidekicks ever through all these movies.
Hmm.
And I'm gonna like sneak a little bit into the early 2000s because this is a movie that I personally just absolutely love, still watch all the time. And one of my favorite sidekicks of all time is Kronk from The Emperor's New Groove.
Oh, yeah.
And he's not an animal, obviously, but the animal sidekicks are great. But I think that him getting his own movie was the best spin-off ever because he has main character energy. He
Yeah.
completely drives that whole movie. And I mean, all of us know the pull the lever, Kronk, wrong
Oh, the
lever.
lava. Oh, the lava. Yeah.
So he's one of my absolute favorites. Love him. I think he's great comedic relief for that entire movie.
Yeah.
As
Yeah.
his favorite stuff.
I'm gonna be honest, I think I've watched that movie about one and a half times.
Yeah, same. I
But
cannot
I
remember.
again I hear about
Watch
it and
it.
see it so much that like I feel like I know enough, right? Like I can like pull the lever. Like
Pull
you
the
don't have to
lever,
watch the
Kronk.
movie to know pull the lever, I think.
Pull the lever.
But even in the early 2000s, I'm trying to think. So like I think about like Monsters Inc., right? Like who's the sidekick in Monsters Inc.?
Listen,
Is
if
it
anybody
is
says
it
it's
Mike?
Mike, poor Mike, because he is just always like given the short end of the stick, no pun intended.
Yeah.
And I think that they are co-main characters.
I was gonna say there's I think there was movies with all the sidekicks, like mostly the animals, right?
Yeah.
And then you had the I guess groups and or partner movies more. So like the Monsters Inc. Think about the Incredibles. I love the Incredibles. That movie, that movie is such a fun movie. And like we start to get a lot more into, I don't know if it's necessarily Pixar, right? Is it Pixar that was doing it
Mhm.
Hmm.
all?
Yeah, it was really Pixar's beginning is the early
Yeah.
2000s.
Yeah, where they like Disney and Pixar or Disney bought Pixar, I think.
Hmm.
That's how it
Hmm.
happened. So then yeah, we started to get the Incredibles and Monsters Inc. I'm trying to think. I gotta look at my list, y'all. I'm cheating. Oh,
I know.
Finding
I was like,
Nemo.
I
My goodness. Finding
I
Nemo, y'all.
Finding
Nemo.
Nemo was great, but like again, I think Dory was supposed to be the sidekick, and then she got her own
Mhm.
movie. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
Exactly.
side
and she
character.
because she was main character energy. I want to go. I mean, like, come on, what's the most popular song?
Which
It's our
one?
problem free
Oh,
philosophy, Hakuna
that's
Matata,
true. That's
Timon and
true.
Pumbaa,
Such
like
They're the
great
best.
sidekicks.
They are the
like
best sidekicks.
classic best sidekicks, right?
That's
And then I'm
true.
thinking
Yeah.
about like I had another one in mind.
Wait, didn't Pocahontas have a sidekick?
Yeah.
Was it,
Pocahontas
isn't it
had
the raccoon?
two. The raccoon and a bird.
Oh, did they? I don't remember them much. The
She
raccoon
had
Yeah,
is
I hear
sticking
you.
out to me.
Nico was the raccoon,
Oh, yeah, okay.
and then Flit or something like that was, I don't know if he was a hummingbird or if he was a blue jay, but he was a bird.
Okay, can we talk about because I told you guys I rewatched like the video of the song last night. Can we talk
Yeah.
about villain sidekicks?
Yes.
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 Beauty and the
Absolutely.
Beast, your favorite movie, Gaston's. Like when I rewatched that last night, I was like cracking up laughing. He's like, no one's this, no one's that, no one's this like Gaston. Like he like, and like I love in the live action. I forget the actor's name, but I love how in a live action he's like holding him and he's like, is this too much? He's like, yes. like it's the ad libs are so good.
Oh, oh
But
yeah.
like
Yeah.
best villain sidekicks, and then
Yes.
there's a lot of villain sidekicks. So in Aladdin is the
Oh,
bird,
yes. The bird. Does
like
he? Does
And
he?
that's another great voice actor. What's
I
his
was gonna
I
say.
Another great voice actor. Like, and it's like they're
Mhm.
always just like kissing up and schmoozing them. Like
Oh yeah, it's the best. I mean, so you
Yes.
got that one. Who else had a bird? Was so Scar? Didn't Scar have? Was
He had the
Zazu?
hyenas.
he had the hyenas.
Hmm.
Was Zazu on his side at one point? No, he tried to make Zazu be his bird.
Hmm.
I
Oh, that must have
Zazu
been
was
like
like a completely unowned character.
he was just flying around trying to get Simba to like get his life together.
Yeah, he was like telling everyone's story.
Okay, okay. Yes, the
Zazu was
hyena.
just trying to he was just trying to stay alive. You know what I mean? Like, oh, it's
Honestly,
like,
fair.
and no, he was like locked up. No, Scar
Yeah,
locked
that's
him
what I
up.
was gonna
Remember in
say.
that
Hmm.
location. So he wasn't Team Scar. He was not.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
He was forcefully on that side.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or
Yeah.
like it's like when the genie was forcefully
Oh yeah, Jafar's side.
on
Hmm.
Jafar's side.
That's
You know?
true. That's true. The
But there
villain's
are like
trying to
some
take.
great villain sidekicks out there.
Yeah.
There are.
The
I
hyenas are
do think
hilarious.
that Gaston's sidekick is one of my favorite.
Yes.
So, and then it was Josh Gad in
He,
the
he's so
live
funny.
action. He's amazing because he is Olaf. So he will
Yeah, that's
always
what
be
I was like.
amazing to me.
Yes. Oh,
Oh.
invite me back when we do that time period because I got a lot to say.
Same.
I got a
Wait,
lot to
wait, wait. So is Josh Gad in the live action of Beauty and the
Hmm.
Beast?
Yes,
Yeah.
I wish I
Oh.
He
remembered his
plays
son's
LeFou.
sidekick.
LeFou's his name? I think it's LeFou.
LeFou.
Hmm.
LeFou. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't see that live
I
action.
think these are French. Are they supposed to be French?
Yes, they're in
Yeah.
France.
Yeah, no,
Hmm.
villains. There's some definitely good. I mean, I thought Hades and his little demon children were
They
funny.
were funny. They were
They were
funny.
funny and hilarious. I think the hyenas were hilarious and Lion King.
Whoopi Goldberg was one of the hyenas.
Yes, yes. Very, and their Be
Hmm.
Prepared song, be like that song, every now and then I'll bust into it, but it's like be prepared. And then they go, "Da, da, 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 da,
Yeah, yeah.
da, da, da," and then they were like in a weird like army situation that's like dark and red, but might be some symbolism there. But anywho, I really love those. And then I'm trying to think of what other villains. Sid. Is Sid a villain from Toy Story?
Oh, yeah.
The big-headed kid?
Yeah. He's
Oh my.
100%. He's the one that puts like the Barbie head on the
Well, I'm
robot.
trying to,
He's
I
scary. Like he's actually scary. Like he's
yeah, I
like
mean, yeah, his room was like a very like no pun intended, very dark part of the movie.
Yes.
and let's just talk about like where were the parents? Because I'm sorry, like your kid is gonna grow up to be a psychopath. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
He's
where are
already
the parents? You
he's
know?
Hmm.
he was already there. Yeah.
Yeah.
When the leg with the fishing pole came out, I was like, this is messed up.
And Woody's like, ah, like Woody is like absolutely not.
Same.
Like,
I mean,
Yeah.
same, Woody. Now, what about the aliens? Are they on the good side or are they on the bad side?
they're
Because
on
they
the
were
good side. The
they're
They're on
on
the
the
good side. I think they're like the comedic relief. They just exist. They're like minions, but from the 90s.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, like
exactly.
the first Minions. Yeah, that makes
Yeah,
sense. That
don't
makes
try to
sense.
like villainize them, okay?
I just couldn't remember. I just remember them being in like the arcade or whatever, and I couldn't remember if they were like helpful or harmful. I mean, they were helpful at the end. I remember that part, but like, I for some reason connect them with Sid, and I don't know why.
But those are like Buzz Lightyear characters. Like
Mhm.
later they're
Yeah,
like in the Buzz movies. Like those
yeah,
are like they were like his friends from his like
that makes sense.
world.
That makes sense.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, I
But
think
owned by nobody. They're just
Yeah.
free
they're just
roamers.
there. They're just characters. Yeah, I think it's interesting once you get to like the early 2000s movies that the villains are less memorable, if that makes sense.
Hmm.
Like there's not really like the villains, but they're not like you don't connect to them like a Scar. Like, and I don't mean
Yeah.
connect personally, but like everybody knows who Scar is, right?
Mhm.
Everybody knows who a lot of these like villains are, Hades and all those villains. So it's interesting that in the early 2000s they're not as
Well, if you
prominent.
think about it though, it's kind of like different, right? Like it's like
Yeah.
if you look at I'm looking at the list. If you look
Yeah.
at like Finding Nemo, it's like, like the villain is really just like
World.
world like the world, like and he's like now he's in like in this fish tank and like
Yeah.
what was it, like a dentist office or something like
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
And then like Monsters Inc., it was like the establishment, right? Like it was
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean? Like, so I mean, no, that little thing was My
I
memory's
mean,
bad on this. Even though I love that movie, but my memory's bad on that one too. I don't know. It's
I mean,
different type of villains.
it is weird that you said, actually, it's hilarious that you said establishment. I'm like, these are very grown themes. It was like the environment,
They
the world,
are.
like, like not a person, not one specific character, but like truly your environment
Yeah,
is
Mm-hmm.
your villain, which is crazy. Crazy
Yeah.
adult theme, like,
they
uh,
were.
yeah, which is insane. I mean, and there's so many, like, the 2000s brought the Pixar life of it, and then it brought just like, the whole slew of Disney live action, and like it just took off in a whole nother world, right? Because like again, us who were watching all these little Disney movies are now grown up, and now Disney wants to grow with us. And so now we've got to, change up the theme of things. But I mean, I feel like that in itself, live action movies from Disney Channel is like a podcast in itself. So there's
I
just
mean,
But
true.
much.
clearly they're good stories because they're not remaking a lot of new stories. They're
Yes.
making like
Yes.
they're remaking old stories. Although fast forward, I love Inside Out. Like invite me back when we talk about that. But like but like
Yeah.
but like we're remaking these old storylines and themes because they were so great and they
Yeah.
resonate through generations. So
Yeah.
They
Oh,
do. And
sure.
as we continue on these conversations, I'm like, oh, maybe this is actually going to be more than just a three-part series because we
Yeah,
can
there's
get
so
in
much.
pretty deep to some of these movies and what they've done to resonate with us as kids and as adults, and just some of the movies that have come out for kids since we've been adults, like Inside Out
Yes.
and Zootopia.
Yeah.
I love Zootopia. But we are crazily getting close to our time here. I do want
Yeah.
to end it with some quick lightning round questions for all of us. And let's
Yes.
see how much it aligns with the things that we've already talked about today.
okay.
So you get one word response. You can't think about it. Best Disney soundtrack.
Hercules.
What did I say the first time? I'm gonna stick with that.
Lion
Lion
King.
King.
You
Mhm.
said Lion King.
I'm gonna be a hypocrite to myself, but The Little Mermaid.
You're like, I
Um,
don't respect your messages, but I respect your music.
exactly, exactly. Disney song that you know every single word to.
Zero to Hero.
I could probably recite. I can show you, or was it A Whole New World? I could probably do pretty well with that. I'm not good with any songs, but A Whole New World, I could probably.
I'm gonna lean into my Little Mermaid here and say part of your world.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. Villain song or hero song? Which do you prefer?
Some of those villain songs be slapping.
Yeah,
Mm.
I'm gonna say villain song.
I gotta say villain song.
I'm gonna say hero song. I love inspiration. I mean, I like the rebel part of it, but I love inspiration as well.
Character that deserved more screen time than what they got.
Little Bo Peep.
Justice. Justice for
Justice for
her.
Little Bo Peep. Justice for Little Bo Peep.
Just for Bo Peep. That's gonna be one of our hashtags.
For Bo Peep.
Honestly, I didn't even get to mention this character because I totally forgot about them until this question. But I don't know if it was like Cricky the cricket or whatever they named it, but the cricket from Mulan, one of her sidekicks was a bug, and he was
Oh,
amazing.
I remember the cricket for some reason. Again, only seen that movie one and a
Go
half.
watch. Go watch.
Justice for the cricket.
Justice
Justice
for
for
the
the
cricket.
cricket.
So yeah, don't even remember his name. Dang, he really must have been down bad.
Cricky. Which Disney villain actually had a point?
Ooh.
You see, and I gotta go back.
Mm, that's hard. That's a hard one. You go first, Courtney.
I have to go back into my Emperor's New Groove because I feel like I need to mention it a little bit more. And I gotta go with Yzma because girl was crazy, but she was chasing her
Mhm.
dreams. Kudos to her.
Oh, let me see. Let me see. Sorry, I'm looking at my cheat sheet. Oh, I had a point. Oh my goodness.
You know what? We didn't talk about 101 Dalmatians, but she did not have a point. She did not have a point.
Cruella.
That's so funny that I was just about to say, you know what, Cruella, she had some downtimes, but I get it. She was trying to make money. She was just trying to be an entrepreneur. She
I
was
think
trying
she
to
just wanted to look cute. I think
she was
she just
trying to
wanted,
innovate.
yeah, but not her. I just want to throw that out there because we did not talk about that movie. But
Uh, um,
if you watch the origin, if you watch what is it? Simba? Is it called Simba? Mufasa? I don't know. Which one is it called? The new one.
Mufasa.
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 Yeah.
Yeah, like Scar, you know his villain origin story. Like,
Yeah, he's the one I think about. Like he had a rough. He had it
yeah.
rough.
I mean,
Rough
he
go.
still wasn't right. Like, he still wasn't right, even with his
Agreed.
origin story. But it's just
Agreed.
like, dang, like, you know, it's kind of, it makes me sad. Like, dang, they were always with the brother. Like, you know, like they were gang, and it's just,
Yeah, yeah. I would say Scar is probably what I would say. He's the only one that could be like, I'm empathetic to your situation.
because
like-
jealousy will tear people up, and he was just so envious.
Mhm.
He
Yeah.
was so envious, and like he could not help himself. Like he loved him, some
Yeah.
Mufasa, but like he was just so envious that it just,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
The
Mufasa is
Scar
shady.
and Mufasa relationship reminds me a lot of the Snape and Dumbledore relationship that I'm not even going to open that door, but it's true.
yeah.
The Harry Potter gang out there.
Harry Potter.
Are you not a ganger, Cherise?
Well, you told me that I had to read all the books and watch all
Oh,
the
yeah.
movies.
Yeah.
So I am not.
Yeah.
I'm not a part of the elite. I am.
Yeah, you're not.
really-
You're
You
not.
can't sit with us.
I read the first 3 books.
Okay.
I know enough.
Okay.
I know a little bit about Quidditch. Like,
But did you read them multiple times? No, I'm just kidding.
girl, I barely got through them the first time. And it has nothing to do with the story. It was just like 500 pages plus. I'm like, this wasn't my blessing. Like, I wasn't meant to do this.
I'm here to wrap the squirrels back in here because I
Yes,
know our
please.
wonderful guest has a baby that she has to
Yeah.
get back to.
Yes.
But thank you for joining us today. You got to
Yes.
see a little bit of how our brains work as we navigate through this crazy conversation. And the fact that we only really asked like 4 questions total is great.
Yeah.
But we loved having you. I hope you enjoyed being with us.
I did. I don't know. I messed up. I didn't bring my.
Ryan was like, thanks. Bye.
No, I don't know what just happened. I think it's because my charger and my laptop went into battery safe mode. I love this, you guys. This is
Yeah.
wonderful. I love this so much. You got like, I'm gonna repost tons of videos because people need to be in tune with this. This is so fun and it's like so nostalgic and it's so light. And I think we just need light right now. And I think we need to bring some of these old memories back, you know, for our kids. So I love this. Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. And now, I mean, Mariah has invited herself to the other parts as well. So
I did.
Yeah.
You guys see me again.
She might.
And I'm gonna rewatch. I'm gonna prepare better. I'm gonna rewatch a lot of movies. Y'all threw the personal group out there, and I'm like, oh shoot, oof.
Well, hopefully now everybody's got like a new 2 list, like 2 or 3 movies that they can go back and watch.
I
now.
do.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Thanks for jumping on, Mariah. And as always, folks, please make sure, like, if you don't want to watch necessarily, they're on Spotify. We're always taking suggestions. If you want to tell us your favorite movies from this era, put it in the comments. What movie should we talk about in the next era or spend more time on? All of it. But until then, y'all, we're gonna just say, stay chaotic
And stay comfy. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Bye, guys.